Welcome to Using Collaborate. This is our summer training series 2020. My name is Carla McKenzie, and I'm the instructional technologist for Morton College. Just a couple of housekeeping items before we begin. If you want to minimize any distractions that may occur when participants are leaving or joining the session, you're welcome to click the purple tab in the lower right corner and slide over to the gear, which is the My Settings panel, and then click on Notification Settings, and you can deselect any of the pop-up notifications or audio notifications that may be slightly disruptive. In addition, occasionally I will ask for digital feedback, and you can give me digital feedback by clicking the avatar in the lower middle of the screen. A pop-up menu here will open, and you're welcome to select any of the emoticons to let me know how you're doing out there. Also, if there's something that's slightly illegible on your screen, you can magnify using the magnifying glass in the upper left corner, and then that panel will open and allow you to zoom in or out on any content that I am presenting. So thank you so much for the warm welcome. Our session should run 1.5 hours today. I will have 15 minutes of question answer at the end. My style today will be to present content and then demonstrate. Questions can be typed into the chat, and I will periodically take a look at the chat to see if there's any questions that I can address during the presentation. If you are completely new to Blackboard, welcome. I do believe that Collaborate is going to be a wonderful answer for you. If you're new to Blackboard, welcome. You may want to follow up with me via email or at carla.mckenzie@morton.edu. I do have training guides and handouts available, and you're welcome to view the PowerPoint slides. I can send those right out as soon as this session has ended. So thank you so much once again for a warm welcome. What we're going to do is start right in. We're going to learn everything there is to learn about Collaborate. So first, you should see the virtual session link. It may say virtual office, but this link should be in your course. All you need to do is to click this option on the course menu, and your students will click this option as well. So there should be one link for both you and your students to access Collaborate. Once you've done that, you'll see this screen. Now, I want to let you know that there is a course room that's always available and open to students unless you lock it. So if you don't want students using Collaborate in an unsupervised manner, you can lock it so that they will only use Collaborate with your supervision. And the way to lock it is on the far right. There's 3 dots. Those 3 dots open up the session options, and then you can just select Lock Course Room. Once it's locked, no one can go in without your unlocking it. In addition, if you'd like to create a virtual session, and this is a supervised scheduled session, you can click the Create Session button. And then this menu over here on the far right will open, where you can enter in the name of the session, and then also the start date, start time, end date, and end time. And I do want to let you know that you can schedule this for a repeat session. It'll repeat every Monday at the same time, or every Tuesday, or what have you. So if you're creating virtual sessions every single week, you don't have to do that. You can actually use the same session, and then all of your content will already be in the session. So it's really nice to be able to do that. If you want any participants to be able to enter early, you can allow them to enter before 15 minutes. It's, I believe, 30 minutes or 60 minutes as well. But I usually allow 15 minutes, but certainly you can do 30 minutes as well. You should provide a small description of what the session will be about so that you keep a track in your mental mind. And then if you ever needed to send a guest link, you can certainly click this, and then the guest link will become available, and you can copy and paste the guest link and email it to others. Now, I have had instructors to ask, should we be emailing the guest link to students? And I would like to tell you, I don't think so. One reason is if anyone has the guest link, then they can come in as a guest as they see fit. But your students, they are the authorized participants in the course, and it already identifies them. So they can't hide under the mask of another name. So I did have an instructor that had a student who shared a guest link with another individual, and it caused a few problems for his course. So you may want to not give out the guest link. And even if you remove a student, if they have the guest link, they can get right back into your session. Whereas if you remove a student from your course, they cannot get back in for the rest of that particular session. So guest links allow them entry over and over and over again. Appropriate for students to just come in the way that we teach them to come in, which is to click the virtual office or virtual session link in the course menu, as opposed to receiving a guest link. And it saves you some time too, because you don't have to email them a new link. In addition, if you want to download your recordings, what I've just covered was the event details, and right below it, there's a session settings panel. So if you want to be able to download your recordings, you need to click this ahead of time. Now, if you don't download your recordings, all is not lost. You can still provide a link to the recordings, but if you want to physically have a copy, a local copy, and not just on Blackboard server, you will need to click this checkbox here. I do usually remove this ability for my students. I don't want them to be able to write on the whiteboard while I'm presenting, because they can do something like this and then I will have no idea who did such a thing. So rather than to have that deface my presentation, I remove the ability for them to write on the whiteboard temporarily while I'm presenting. And then there's a few other check boxes. If you want to remove their ability to share audio, they won't be able to hear each other or share video, etc. Your new session will display once you click the save button. And so it should be easily identifiable by the name or the title that you created, and the date that the session and time is automatically defaulted here. I do like to put the number of hours that the session is going to be so that the guests will have an idea. If it's your course, then they will know it's a 6 to 9 or 5 to 7 or what have you. But your new session will display right here. And as you can see, all upcoming sessions, this is currently set on upcoming sessions. There is a way to get to your previous sessions. So if you wanted to see sessions that are within 1 month, you would click this little drop down here and you can change upcoming sessions to all previous sessions. If the session is older than a month, then you will want to set a specific range so that it can find the session. But all of the sessions are saved and accessible right here through this session menu. So we'll go over that. This one's just called the actual menu, just the menu. This is the session menu once you actually join your course. So the session menu allows you to have access to start the recording. And then if you need to, you can use your phone for audio. You should not give out a PIN number to anyone because it's only for you. I made the mistake and learned that sort of the hard way, and I gave out the phone number and the PIN. The phone number is the same for everyone, but the PIN number, it should be unique and for me only, and so no one could hear me once I gave that number to another student to use. So if they need to dial in with their phone, this is where they should get their specific PIN to be able to dial in. But this is where you would start and end your recordings as well as leave the session. If you want to check your status, we have a media panel in the lower middle. And so inside of the media panel, you can click the avatar and you can get a pretty good idea of how your status or your connectivity for the session is going. So sometimes I see this go a little red. Sometimes it only has one bar. But if it's green like this, then it has a strong connection. Also, you can leave the session in this way. And then also, this is how you provide digital feedback. So this is your own personal avatar, and this tells me what you want me to know about how you're doing out there. In addition, I'm sure you've all found the microphone where you can mute the microphone as well as show or hide your video. So right now I have everyone muted, and when you get ready to talk, you're welcome to unmute yourself. As is with the camera, you can show or hide the video. And I think everyone can clearly see that the blue color indicates that my video is being shared at this time. Also, this is the raise hand. So if you click the raise hand at this time, and if I could have everyone do that, your students will certainly do that. And see everyone who has their hands raised in the attendees panel. So this is a very nice way to see that. Thank you so much. In addition, this is the Collaborate panel in the lower right corner. And the Collaborate panel opens up into these 4 additional panels: the chat panel, the attendees panel, the share content panel, the My Settings panel. If you are going to send a chat, you simply click on the chat bubble, and then you can find someone in the chat to send a message to, or you can just send one to everyone. Click everyone and start typing your message here and hit enter. To mute all participants, you would go to the attendees panel, which is the second panel, and then you would mute all. Or you can find a specific attendee that you're looking for through the search. This also allows you to promote your participants. So right now, everyone is just a participant, which means you only have chat and whiteboard capabilities only. If you wanted to promote them to presenter, that would allow them to chat, of course, everyone has chat abilities, but share files and share their screen and contribute to the whiteboard. So presenter has a lot more options than just the participant. Moderators have full control over the virtual session, and the moderator is able to upload any files, start or stop the recording of the session, as well as promote participants to moderator, initiate polls and breakout groups. So they have full control over the entire session. They also have the ability to remove participants from the session or mute even a specific participant. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, if it's a student in your class, once they're removed, they are removed for the rest of the session. If you gave a guest link and you remove them, they can get right back in with that same guest link. So it's important to note that. In addition, you can share files. When you share files, your participants will be able to see, just like I'm sharing now, everything on the screen. And then you're going to click Add Files to get the file to display here. Once the file displays here, then you're going to click this file and then click the Share Now button to share with others. And many times I have instructors tell me, I shared it. I don't know why you can't see it. Well, you do need to click the slide. So even if you start with the first one, you need to click a specific page to share. So this is very important to note. So even though you're sharing it, but you're not sharing it officially until you click a specific slide. And this is very important as well. You are bound in this area until you click Navigate Slides and then click Share Files to get back to the share content. In other words, once you're here, You cannot get back to polling. You can't get back to share your application. You can't get back to share anything else or contribute to the whiteboard until you back out using these navigation right here. So you have to back out with this arrow 2 times. And I really felt that's why this is in orange, because I really want to caution you about that. In addition, you would click the share content button here and then go up to share your application. And then you're free to share your entire screen, your application window, or a Chrome tab. I feel as though Chrome tab works very well. Any tab that I have open in Google's Chrome, it recognizes it right away. To share the entire screen, that works very well also outside of the tunnel vision. So initially you will get the tunnel vision, but that just means that screen sharing is working. So you would definitely click this box and then click share in order to start sharing your entire screen. Application window is supposed to share any applications that you have open. I have had PowerPoint open and not have Collaborate recognize it. So I had to go to the share the entire screen in order to use it. So as I mentioned, the Chrome tab works very well for me and the entire screen. I haven't had great luck with just sharing a specific application. Next, if you want to share your whiteboard, then you'll click Share Whiteboard. So the selection tool is the arrow. The pointer is the finger right here. Now, I want you to know that your regular mouse does not display on this screen. It does not. When you're in Collaborate and you are presenting, you cannot use your mouse to present. That's why I'm currently using the finger. I can see my mouse, but Collaborate does not recognize the mouse. So it does recognize the finger. You can also use a pencil. The pencil is used to draw, and we'll do a little bit of that. So you can click on the pencil, and then you can draw some content. And we'll go to the whiteboard in a little bit when I'm done. The shapes tool is very important, where you can select shapes or you can draw shapes in the form of a rectangle or an elliptical or even a line. The text tool allows you to type text. And so I can show you how to resize that text. It does not have like a content edit where you can set the size to 15, but you can select the text with the selection tool and then resize it. So I'll make sure that we do that today. There is a clear, which is just the eraser here, and then there is a color picker. So anytime the text tool is invoked, then you'll start to see the colors. Polling. Polling is a nice feature in that it allows you to get some dynamic feedback from your participants out there. So I'm going to create a poll shortly, but this is how they both look. You can ask yes or no questions, or you can ask multiple choice questions. And I believe you can add up to about 5 of these additional choices, or 3 more choices, I believe up to 5. So I'm going to go ahead and start a poll. One thing I want to let you know, like for example, this poll here, did you learn something today? And you can see my responses right here. And I took the picture before everyone responded, but I want to let you know that you can go to your attendees panel and see how your participants actually responded to the poll. And anytime your participants raise their hand, you can see that they've raised their hand out here in the attendees panel. So this really allows you to monitor your attendees as well. You know what they selected in the poll, you know when they raised their hand. And for example, if I asked you at this time to go ahead and give me some feedback, and I look, and please go ahead and give me some feedback, some digital feedback. And then once I look, I can see all the smiley faces out there. There they go. Yep. And so I want you to keep your eye on the attendees panel, because it really allows you to monitor how your attendees are doing out there. And so right now, while we're talking about polls, I'm going to go ahead and give a poll real quick. Collaborate needs to do, our Blackboard has a little work to do with polling. I would love to pre-type all of my questions and have all the polls ready. It does not have that capability. I would have to switch back and forth by copying from Word and pasting. In addition, if you wanted to add your picture, you can click the gear and then click the avatar, and then you will get the file, browse for the file that you want to add. You have your audio video settings here as well. So your audio video should be okay because you were able to successfully come into the session. So I don't anticipate you using that, but the notification settings, which we've talked about a couple of times, these are the ones that you can change to minimize any distractions. So the session menu in the upper left, once again, will allow you to leave the session, stop the recording, of course, and then leave the session. It's very important that you stop the recording. I believe the recording stops after 4 hours. So try not to leave it running. Right after you stop the session and leave the session is when the recording starts to generate. So if you don't stop it for 4 hours, then it's going to take quite a while for that recording to actually generate and show up in your list of recordings. So it's best to go ahead and end the session and stop the recording before you end the session, and then your recording will generate after the session has ended. If you want to access your previous sessions, as I mentioned, you can go up here to the session menu and then go into sessions, and you'll see any of your old sessions. You can click the reports, which I'm going to show you at this time. If you click the report, you can actually see when you joined the session or any of your participants, how many times you joined. So this is great if you want to take attendance with your students. You will actually know who joined the session. So this is kind of nice, and you can export it to a CSV file, which is an Excel file. It tells you the date, how many attended, and the average time in the session. The recordings are accessible in the same area using the menu. So anytime you do generate a recording, it will be put in the recording section. So you go ahead and click that. And then this is what it shows you. Remember, you can watch the recording now, or you can download it, or you can copy a link to it. And you can edit the name or delete it. But if you forget to click that little checkbox, then you will not have this download link. And all is not lost. You can just copy this link, and then the person will be able to paste it into their browser, and then they will still be able to watch it. Or you just won't be able to download. And all of that is accessible when you look at the past recordings, and there's 3 little dots to the right called recording options. And then once you click on the recording options, you will have all these options available. As mentioned, there's 2 ways to leave a session. One is with the personal avatar, which is right here, and the other is with the leave session. So at this time, we're going to do a demonstration. I'm going to promote, and we have plenty of time to do this. So the first 5 people that I see here, Bonnie, I'm going to promote you to presenter. Brian, I'll make you a presenter. Carlos, I'll make you a presenter. Courtney, I'm making you a presenter. And Christina. So everyone else for now will stay as participants. I would like you guys to either upload a file, or actually there was a few more things. Before you do, hang on. There's a couple of things I want to show you. So my fault. One moment. I want to share a couple of files with you before we start. The first file is this one. So I'm going to share this now. Hang on a second. You guys, all of you can click the text tool, the large T, and you can click on this sheet and try to fill in what you believe it is. So for example, you should recognize what number 1 is. So why don't you try to fill in some of these? And this is a collaborative effort. You guys can have your students do an exercise. There you go. I see monitor. Excellent. Someone else should know what number 10 is, and we should all do this as a group. I should see. So go ahead and click the big T. There we go. Motherboard. Yes, there we go. Excellent. So if you wanted to make the text bigger, you would click on what you typed and then resize it. So for example, I'm typing my name right here and it's very small. So I click the arrow and I can resize my name right here. So be sure to know how to resize. And what I like about this is that you can assign different students different colors, and then because otherwise you won't know who's doing what. But you can give them some extra points for attending if they come in and just do a little session. There we go. All right, very good. Another file with you is this one, which is the circulatory system. So now I'd like for you to click the shapes tool and then draw a rectangle. So we're still, grab the shapes tool and draw a rectangle around some of the words. It doesn't matter to me if you actually find the real words, but this is another interactive exercise that you can do with your students and give them a couple of points for attending. Keep them engaged as much as possible. There we go. Everybody's having a good time with that one. Good. Another worksheet that I'm going to share is this one. So if you have a math class and they're doing something like this, you can have them click the pencil. Maybe not the pencil. Maybe the text tool is better. Yeah, the text tool is a little bit better. 516. There we go. All right, there you go. Excellent. So this is another interactive exercise you can do with your students. Hopefully they'll have an appreciation for what you're trying to do with them. So you're giving them some engagement as a group and allowing them to get a few points. And then in addition, I have another screen to share with you. I don't know if I have any math folks out there, but I actually have some graph paper here, and I can draw a graph. My economics professors, they wanted to be able to do that. There you go. Yeah, excellent. So these are nothing more than PDF documents. You can only import PDFs and PDFs and PowerPoints and images. Let's see. How do you enlarge? Click, use the arrow, and then click on any piece of content. Okay, use the arrow and grab it and resize it. And then another file that I'd like to share with you. Okay, here we go. How did you switch between letting participants write and type and then not allowing them? It's in the My Settings. And so if you go to My Settings, the session settings, there's some settings that allow them to draw on the whiteboard or not. So I can show you that if you go back to, I'm going to share a file with you. You go to the gear, but you click the session settings. And I clicked off their ability to draw on the whiteboard. So I have had actual adults to deface my entire presentation, and I don't know who it is. So sometimes I take away their ability to do that. So you would just click this off or click it on. All right. Okay. And let's see. How about we share the whiteboard? This is a whiteboard. The math professors really like this. I'm going to click the pencil. And I have a math problem right here that I probably do not know how to solve, if it even makes sense, if it's even solvable. But your students will appreciate you working out some of the problems right there. All right. So I did just want to share that with you, and you can change colors. Some people have found those color changers already. A couple of colors that haven't been used, maybe yellow. There we go. So I did want to share that with you. So at this time, I'm going to allow our participants, and I can take away the ability just as quickly as I gave it to you. I can take it away. We'll see how that works. So here we go. We're going to let our participants either conduct a poll or share a file or show me what you know. Conduct a poll, share a file. So find a PDF file or a PowerPoint file, or you can conduct a poll, and that will be on the share content panel. So you should be able to do that. Actually, polling, I think, is only for moderators. So actually, I'm going to make you all moderators. Can you share something with me? Share your screen. Go to a website, conduct a poll, and then we want everybody to get a chance. So we're waiting. Okay, excellent. There we go. Oh, there's a poll. Is a virus a living thing? Yeah, there you go. You guys are great. Yes, is a virus a living thing? All right. And I am frantically watching all of your yeses and nos in the attendance panel. So that's great. Very good. All right. Some more feedback. Is there anyone who didn't get a chance to share something? Brian, Christina, Carlos, Bonnie, did everybody share something or conduct a poll? I'm going to stop this poll. Maybe there's another one back there. It probably was another one behind it. And so you guys out there have an idea of what you want to share. Make participant. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my next few. Christina, did you have a chance? Courtney, I am not sure. So I'm going to make moderator me. Dixon, make moderator. And Eric, you're a moderator. And Jean, you're a moderator. Please share your screen with me or conduct a poll or upload a PowerPoint. Show me what you can do. Possible for anything to be impossible. That's interesting. If anything is possible. I'm going to say yes. Don't quite know how to answer that. All right. So if you're the moderator conducting this poll, be sure to look at your attendees panel so you can see everyone's responses. Good. And then you share the results with us. Excellent. Very nice. Who's next? Anyone else out there? You're the moderator. You can take over. Anyone else? Okay. Did everyone have a chance? Dixon, Courtney, Eric, and Jean. I can't tell who did share. Did everyone have a chance? Not available. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm not sure, Courtney. Courtney, did you have a chance? Okay. Someone's typing in the. I did. Okay. Not sure how to do that. Not sure how to share a file, Jean. You would click the share content button, which is the one with the arrow and the rectangle. And then you should see share application or share file, or you can create a poll. All right. There we go. Okay. So this is one of the files that I had. I don't know how it quite comes up this way. I'm puzzled by this. Not sure why it comes up that way. That's a new one. Maybe it's all selected. That's what it is. It looks selected. That was the photo. Okay. All righty. Okay. That was your photo. All right. Perfect. All righty. Okay. Did everyone get a chance? Should I demote you? Courtney, I'll demote. You had a chance. Make participant. Dixon, did you have a chance? Eric, make participant. So if I demote you and you didn't have a chance, let me know. Make participant. Who's next? Harriet, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Heather, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Joanne, I'm gonna make you a moderator. John Festa, I'm gonna make you a moderator. So we have 3 moderators. How about John, moderator? Okay, we have 4 moderators, something in the chat session to everyone. That was okay. All right, so once again, so try to share a file of your own, not the ones that I have preloaded. You can share a file, you can send a poll, you can share the whiteboard, share your application. Ah, there we go. Somebody's a chemistry prof. Excellent. Now that's interesting. Can you turn it? Can it be turned? Yeah, I think Black Collaborate will have to work on that because I can't turn it. I can make it larger, but I can't turn it. I need to be able to rotate that. So that's nice. Very good. I can't turn it. Yeah, so that's a limitation. I'll ask them. I don't see a way how. Let me grab the selection tool and see if that'll work. Can I grab it and select it? Yeah, I don't think you can rotate. Yeah, so they need to do something about that. All righty. Did everyone have a chance? Did everyone either create a poll? There we go. Thank you, Heather. Nice feedback. Harriet, Joanne, John, how we doing? Okay, I'm gonna let some others take a look. Okay, thank you, Heather. Ah, that's nice, beautiful. I'm gonna make presenter, make participant. I'm gonna make participant. All right. I'm gonna make you a participant and you a participant. Okay, so who's next? Kay, I'm making you moderator. Lena, making you moderator. Lisa, making you moderator. Mark, I'm making you a moderator. So I have 4 moderators out there. Either create a poll or share your file or share your screen. All right, what are we doing out there? Everybody good? Okay, Mark, Lisa, Lena, and Kay, probably frantically looking for something to share with us or creating a poll. They're frantically creating a poll out there. Something's happening. Ah, there you go. Have a nice picture. This is funny. That's very funny. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Who else? If you shared that, let me know by giving me a little digital feedback. If you shared that, I guess that would be you agree or a happy face. All righty. Let's see. English, there you go. All right, there you. I should have known. I should have known. All the semicolons and apostrophes and yeah, I should have known. Thank you, Mark. Okay, do we see anything else out there from Kay and Lisa and Lena? You can create a poll. Do you need help? Mine's still uploading. Okay, great. No problem. Okay, Lisa, what are you trying to do? You want to share a file or create a poll? You're on. All right, sharing. You don't see it? It's at the bottom. So let me share. I might need to share with you. On the lower right, you open up the tab. And so if you're texting me, it has to be open. So right now you're on the bubble, the chat bubble, but two little tabs down is a share content panel. And it looks like a square with an arrow coming out of it. So it's right down there next to the bubble. You have the bubble, the chat bubble, and the attendees panel, and then the share content panel. It's to the left of the gear. All right. Did someone else share? Oh, who are those kids? Gorgeous. All right. Very good. Okay. Before I give anyone else, I can't get the PowerPoint to open. You can't get it to open. Did you share? Is it in the, let me see if it's there. Which PowerPoint is it? No, 16 slides. Brian, that's my file. Okay. No 16 slides. I shared. Okay. 16 slides. I shared a JPEG. I found it, but my file won't share. It's a PowerPoint that's 16 slides and it won't share. I would have to have you share your screen with me for me to let me work. How to share a photo. You click the share content and then you click the share files and you upload it just like a PowerPoint or anything else. There you go. How many grandchildren? Woo, I don't know. I'm going to say 4. Okay, I see this one. Ah, very good. There you go. Nice. Beautiful. All right. I want to make sure that Nellie gets a chance to make moderator and Sarah. And I think that's everybody. Oh, beautiful. Woo. Lots of trivia. Lots of trivia. All right. Did everyone? I did just promote a few more folks. National Food. I love food. All right. So you can go ahead and share something with us. Oh, that's a nice image. And got it. Oh, great. I'm so glad. Great. Okay. So Lisa and Maria. All right. I'm going to demote you back. Lisa, make presenter, and Maria. Okay. All right. The last folks, Nellie, Sarah, I think. Have you guys shared something? Maria did. Make participant. Lena did. Meg did. Make participant. Lena. Okay, more questions out there. Okay, very good. All right, you guys are great. Okay, anyone else sharing anything? Did everyone get a turn? I don't want to go ahead. So if everyone has had a turn.
Can I ask a question? How come some people share a slide and some people I can see the whole presentation and some people can only show one slide and some people can show all the slides on the left?
If I'm not sure I understand the question though. If they just share a JPEG, an image,
No,
and
like
that means
like a PowerPoint. I wanted to share PowerPoint, and then I click on a slide, and everyone can see just one slide. But Lisa did it where I can see all her 12 slides on the left.
Which one is yours that you're trying to share? Are you trying to share
Yeah, I did
something?
the 12 slides about El Salvador.
Okay. So then you're going, yeah, so I'm going to share them and I'm going to click one and then I'm presenting them with the buttons in the middle, right? So
Yeah, but like maybe she shared her screen or something. I think she
I
shared her screen instead of
I'm,
a document,
who was that?
instead of like PowerPoint.
Who was that?
Lisa also shared a PowerPoint.
Lisa, what did you do? I'm confused. Can you present Google Slides? Will I be on campus? Will we be on campus? That's another good question. Um, can you present Google Slides or PowerPoint? You can present PowerPoint, but not Google Slides. PowerPoint, yes. If you want to share or present Google Slides, then you share your application. You share your entire screen, and then you go to Google Slides. For example, I don't have Google Slides. I don't have Google, but I don't have, let's see, I can share a form. So I'm going to share my application, my whole screen. That's my screen, but I'm going to go and to this specific website, or I'm going to go to my Blackboard training. Here's my training. This is how I keep up with who registered for training. There's 138 faculty so far that I have trained. But yeah, so if you need to share a Google file or display a Google file, you would use, of course, your application sharing. And then you can go in and they can see whatever's on your screen. I don't know if we will be open this fall. The way it's looking, it's teetering. All right. So thank you guys. I have concluded. I think I maybe have a couple of more screens. You know what? This is a good time to demonstrate breakout groups because you can kind of see it right here on the screen. If you wanted to do breakout groups, you would click breakout groups. And then I can randomly, right now, Blackboard has randomly assigned. And then I can say, give me 6 breakout groups based on how many that I know is assigned. And then I'm going to start right now. You guys are going to lose all ability. I'm going to put you in a breakout group. And you're going to be wondering what happened. What happened? I'm in the main room. There's all my groups. Did you like being out there? Reconnecting. How did you like being in that private session? It's a good idea to share your screen when presenting a PowerPoint, especially if it has animations. Absolutely. It was short. Go ahead back. Go ahead back. Um, breakout groups. Start.
Is anyone out there?
I'm here.
I thought maybe I can talk in a group.
You can. I think I'm in your group, Lena. I'm in your group, I think.
I'm in
Yeah,
here too, but I
yeah.
don't know
So
where I am.
Okay.
I think the moderators are in a group. I'm pretty sure.
In the main room?
Nelly, Joanne,
Yes.
Carla, okay. And Sarah.
We're actually in the main room. Let me demote you. Make a participant, and then I'm gonna share it again. Let's see, participant, so you guys can see the different participant. then the participant, and then I could leave them out there forever. Okay, participants. Brian left, and the rest of us are coming back in. How you doing, you guys? Are you still here? I see you're coming back. How did you enjoy being out there? All right, good. Excellent. Very good. Okay, let me take a couple of questions in the chat. Isolated. That's why I didn't leave you out there. But I do want you to know what it's like. But yeah, it's silent and lonely. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. To your group, you should talk to your group. But yeah, I feel isolated also. I agree. So I just wanted you to know what that's like. I'm going to stop the recording at this time.